Hey guys, Doug B here. Happy Halloween! Now, a week or so before my wife and I went on our Wisconsin Dells trip, we took a drive over to St. Louis and picked up granddaughter Evelyn and went and did some Halloween shopping. Somehow, I ended up with this stuff. So here's my Halloween costume for this year. Now, as far as our Wisconsin Dells trip, it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. If you ever get a chance to go there, go. It is so much fun. Okay, we are hitting that festive time of year when people are beginning to ask, when will the next firmware update come out? Hey, we don't know because Fender never ever tells us beforehand. Now, if we look at the release dates for 2023 and 2024, it came out on November 20th. Does that mean it's going to come out on November 20th this year? No idea. I have not heard one single word about the firmware update yet this year. I'm sure it's going to be a good one though. So in the meantime, I've been going over my videos and looking at comments from you guys, and one of the things that comes up all the time are questions about the expression pedal. So I thought it'd be a good time to do another refresher video on hooking up the expression pedal, the different kind of pedals you can use, and how to use it with your Tone Master Pro. So let's do a deep dive. An expression pedal like this one, the Mission Engineering EP1, usually looks like a crybaby wah, and it's used to control different parameters and different blocks. The most common uses are setting it up as a volume, wah, or whammy pedal. But you can also have it control delay time, reverb size, gain, and many other parameters. There are different types of expression pedals, but the most common uses a TRS cable to connect to the modeler. Okay, now what's a TRS cable? Well, TRS stands for tip, ring, sleeve. The more common TS cable has a tip and sleeve. A guitar cable is a TS cable. The easiest way to tell them apart is that a TRS cable has 2 black rings on the plug, while a TS cable only has 1. If we look at the back panel on the Tone Master Pro, you have 2 TRS inputs for expression pedals. There's expression 1, there's expression 2, plus you have a TS input for toe switch. The toe switch allows you to change functions. For example, you could have the expression pedal set up as a volume pedal. Then by pushing down on the toe switch, it changes to a wah pedal. Push down on the toe switch again and it changes back to a volume pedal. That's probably the most common setup for an expression pedal that uses a toe switch. One of the more popular expression pedals with a toe switch is the Mission Engineering SP1. The good news is that you can use one of these pedals with the Tone Master Pro. The bad news is that if you want to use the toe switch, you'll have to make a slight modification, which involves snipping one of the wires inside the pedal. Jason Stillwell from Fender had this to say about using expression pedals with the Tone Master Pro. A few notes regarding expression pedals for Tone Master Pro. The Mission SP1-TMP is made to work with the Tone Master Pro. It has a TRS EXP output jack and a TS mono toe switch output jack. We went with both TRS and TS cables for a reason. It makes it really obvious which cable is for EXP and which is for toe switch. You should have fewer problems accidentally plugging the wrong cable into the wrong jack on the back of the Tone Master Pro. The Fender Treadlight Volume/EXP pedal will also work great as an expression pedal using a TRS 1/4 inch cable. The Treadlight has a completely different feel than the very wah-like Mission style. Our TRS wiring follows the same standard as Boss and Dunlop, so these are options if that style/feel is your preference. Most, not all, of the Mission Engineering pedal line will work with the Tone Master Pro. A couple of exceptions to note. It will not work with the Mission L6 pedal. That uses a TS mono expression cable that is a completely different wiring scheme than pretty much everything else. If you have a standard Mission SP1, it will work for expression, but if you want to use the toe switch, you need to either clip the green wire connected to the ring of the toe switch jack or make a custom TRS cable that doesn't have the ring wired. that extra ring connection on the jack really causes problems. So your best option is the Mission SP1-TMP, but as you can see, it's not cheap. Someone on Reddit says that they have the Mission EP25K expression pedal and that it works with the Tone Master Pro, but for some reason it doesn't zero out at the heel. It stays between 6 and 10%, even all the way at the heel. So switchless bypass only works with toe down, which means that the switchless bypass works for the toe, but not the heel. Also, the Hot Tone Soul Press 2 has been reported as being compatible with the Tone Master Pro. If you don't need the toe switch functionality, you can use pretty much any expression pedal that connects using a TRS cable. Fender has added switchless bypass to the Tone Master Pro, so you can just step on your expression pedal and expect it to work like a wah or a volume pedal, whatever. By the way, if you find this kind of information useful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button and also subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. It really helps the YouTube algorithm in getting this content pushed out. Thanks, guys. All right, you've already physically hooked up your expression pedal to your Tone Master Pro. The next thing you should think of is how you want to use it on the preset that you're creating or editing. Let's say that you want to use it as a volume pedal. Cool. Now where do you want to put it in your pedal chain? If you put it at the beginning of the chain, it's similar to turning your guitar's volume knob. It's affecting the input. If you put it at the end of the chain, it's like turning your amp's volume knob. Now it's affecting the output. I've always put it at the beginning of the chain. I like to do violin-like swells, and normally that's done using your pinky finger on the volume knob on your guitar. I guess my foot is just more coordinated than my pinky finger. So let's look at this preset I put together. I added the volume pedal first, then the Nashville Overdrive, followed by the Deluxe Reverb Blonde NBC amp-only model. After the amp, we have the dynamic delay, and at the end of the chain, we have the cloud reverb. I added a foot switch to turn the Nashville Drive off or on. To use your expression pedal as a volume pedal, click on EXP Assign down here on the bottom of the screen, then click on the plus sign under EXP1. It brings you to your preset, so click on the volume pedal. A little blue triangle shows up under the volume icon. Click on the blue confirm in the upper right-hand corner. Now it says select parameter, and your only choice is volume. Click on volume, and you get sent to the EXP1 assignment panel. Assigned is volume pedal, parameter is volume, heel is at 0%, toe is at 100%, and taper is at normal. Right now I also have switchless bypass off and expression live mode off. These settings mean that the volume will be at 0 when your expression pedal is pressed all the way back with the heel down and the toe up, and volume will get turned up all the way when your expression pedal is pressed all the way forward with the heel up and the toe down. There are 5 options for taper: slower, slow, normal, fast, and faster. Try out the different options to see which one feels right for you. For right now, I'm leaving it at normal. Since this is an always-on pedal, we don't have to worry about using switchless bypass. However, EXP Live mode here, you might want to turn that on. What that does, now I'm not sure if I can say this correctly, but it kind of like tracks the position of your expression pedal when you go from preset to preset. So say, for instance, if you were using 2 presets that use the volume pedal and you had pressed the volume pedal all the way back so that it was off, and then when you switched presets, it would still be off. You would have to press the volume pedal forward to get volume on. So I would put EXP Live mode on. Now click the back arrow twice, and you're back at your preset. Hit save. Now we can try out the expression pedal to see if it's working correctly as a volume pedal. Okay guys, this is test number 1. This is as a volume pedal. This is my second test preset, and it replaces the volume pedal with a wah pedal. I chose the teardrop wah. Once again, click on EXP Assign, then click on the plus sign under EXP1. Click on the wah pedal, click the blue Confirm, select the parameter, which is Position. So now you're back at the EXP1 assignment panel. Assigned is teardrop wah, parameter is Position, heel is 0%, toe is 100%, and taper is normal. Same way as it was set up for the volume pedal. However, if we left it like that, the wah would be on all the time, and we absolutely do not want that. This is where the switchless bypass comes in. There are three options: off, heel down, and toe down. If you set it to heel down, the wah pedal will go into bypass if you pull back all the way on the expression pedal. Toe down is the opposite. The wah pedal will go into bypass if you push down all the way on the expression pedal. I use heel down. Okay, go back 2 times. Hit save. And now let's test out this preset. This is test number 2, using it as a wah-wah. The 2 first presets were examples of more traditional uses, but what if you wanted to try something more out of the box? Well, let's look at another test preset that I made. It doesn't use either the volume pedal or a wah. And as you can see, I also added the chromatic pitch shifter just for the fun of it. Click on EXP Assign, click the plus sign under EXP1. Now, click on the Nashville OD. Click Confirm. We have 3 different parameters that we could control with the expression pedal: drive, level, or spectrum. We'll choose drive. So now we're at the EXP1 assignment panel. Assigned is Nashville OD, parameter is drive, heel is 0%, toe is 100%, taper is normal, switchless bypass is off, and EXP live mode is also off. Go back twice, hit save. Hit save. All right, let's give this preset a try. This is test 2, where I'm adjusting the gain on the Nashville overdrive. Now in this last example, we'll set up the expression pedal to control both volume and wah. Remember, you need to have an expression pedal with a toe switch that connects using a TS cable, and the other connector is for a TRS cable. Now I'll be using the Fender SP1 TMP expression pedal. We want it set up so that the pedal defaults to being a volume pedal until you step on the toe switch. Then it switches to a wah pedal. Click on the toe switch again and it goes back to being a volume pedal. Let's look at a preset that I'm calling Doug's First Rig. Now it's not exactly like my first real rig, but it is pretty darn close. Back in the day, I had a no-name volume pedal, a Crybaby wah, an Electro Harmonix Big Muff, and a 65 Fender basement head with matching 2 12-inch cabinet. That was it. This preset has a volume pedal, the teardrop wah, the big green fuzz, the deluxe reverb amp only head, and the 2x12-inch 65 twin cab and the large hall reverb. Why the reverb? Well, This was the rig used back in my high school days, and we played lots and lots of high school gyms. High school gyms are not known for their fine acoustical properties, so it always sounded like we were in a huge reverb chamber. I wanted to recreate that sound. Now let's look at the expression pedal assignments. Click on EXP Assign. First we'll go to toe switch. Hit plus. The first is for the teardrop wah. Confirm. On off. Yep. Now we're also going to add one for the volume pedal. Confirm. On off volume pedal. So when you click on the toe switch, you'll turn on the wah and turn off the volume pedal at the same time. Click on it again and you'll turn off the wah and you'll be back at the volume pedal. Now let's look at the EXP1 assignments. It also will have two assignments. The first is for the volume pedal. Click confirm, volume. The second is for the wah. Click confirm, click position, go back to, save your preset, hit save again, and now we should be ready to test out this preset. All right, this is the test that I call Doug's first rig. Volume pedal. But now I need to change to the wah-wah. Step on it again, and it's a volume pedal. That's it, guys. Well, guys, that's how you go about setting up an expression pedal with the Tone Master Pro. It's a pretty straightforward process once you get the hang of it. Now, let me know if this video helped you out or not, and if you have any other questions you'd want me to research. In the meantime, hoping I'll be seeing you in around a month or so with news on that firmware update. Take it easy until then.